Welcome to Fashion Draping class by Rajkiran Das. Today I'll be talking about a new kind of draping where you need a base fabric. That is, I've got a tulle fabric over here, the net, which I'll be applying on the body to make the contour fit, and after that I'll be using certain strips like this, strips that needs to be cut in a particular manner. Like for example, this is the fabric where this is the selvage, the edge of the fabric. To cut diagonal this fabric so that there is a stretchability on the fabric. So I have already cut certain diagonal fabric, fold it, press it properly so that the strips happens to be in this manner. Just check it out. Here there is a fabric which has been folded. I have folded the fabric. Okay, so you can see the crease line, and I have got several strips like that already ready with me. So these are the strips which I'll be using, right, to cover on the body, on this body. But before I wrap and drape in a stylized manner with the help of this kind of strips which are diagonally cut in bias 45 degree on the fabric, I have taken a width typically which is 1 inch. You may take it more than that, you may take it lesser than that, doesn't matter. But if it is stretchable on a bias, it is better because I can wrap around the body and make a contour fitting with a proper stylization. Without which, if I make it on cross grain or on grain, then the fabric will not turn in its own manner. It's important to have a bias fabric so that there is a stretchability. Any fabric can be used. I am using this calico fabric because this is what I've got it handy, because I'm not making the entire dress. I'm just showing the technique how to do draping in a stylized form. If you want any fabric in a bias cut, would be fantastic for you. I have got this tulle fabric, this net I've kept here, right, and I'll be first and foremost doing a contour fitting on the body. That is, I'll be using certain darts. I'll be using the neckline, the shoulder, the armhole and the side seam. So I'll be cutting out that thing particularly, and only after that I'll be using it, using the strips to cover it, wrap it all around the body. Now check out to this. I have already folded this fabric so that when I open it becomes double on two sides. And given a fish dart over here, which is a full dart that we call a fish dart or a full dart on the waist. It is a waist dart also, and also a shoulder dart, right? So I have given shoulder dart so that the fabric is contoured and fit on the body, right? And then there is a side seam. You can still see the white stitching line, fabric seam line. So I'll be cutting out the extra fabric, keeping a bit of seam allowance. Okay, you can keep the seam allowance according to your taste. Generally I keep it 1 inch. Body fit. Okay, so I'll remove half of it and put it on the other side. Okay. Now you can see that I have already draped this fabric on the body as a contour fitting. The contouring of the body is done with the help of this fish dart, waist dart and shoulder dart. The shape is done, so you don't have to worry about whether a net fabric or any other fabric. Anything will do as long as you consider the fabric has to be the base upon which these straps are supposed to be stitched and wrapped. So I'll be doing the same thing at the back also, and after the back is done and the front is done, the whole fabric is the straps are to be wrapped on. So I'm not right now working on the back. Just consider that the back also has this kind of fabric wrapped. So now my job is to put the straps and show you how the straps can be designed, how the straps should be held around, and what are the techniques and how many ways we can use these straps. You can take the strap as it is and stitch it, because there's a raw edge over here. You can see there's a raw edge. Right now the edge is open. You may think about using the edges raw and just put it on the body, or you can do something. You can stitch it, rolling it over, so you get a belt. If you get a belt also, with the help of belt also, you can apply it to form certain design. If you think that the belt is interesting, because the belt will not have any raw edges, so even if you put the belt with both the sides exposed, there won't be any disturbance. But one side of this needs to be covered if you are using this kind. Okay, so it's up to you what ideas you want to do. So let me show you a couple of design, then you will understand how it is going to help you out. So now have a look. I have used this strap around the body in a curvaceous manner. Now the fabric is curving and without any particular gathers and puckering, nothing is happening. It is actually stretching and fitting it all across the body with a nice contouring. Okay, you can see that I used it as a seam line over here. You can cut it off, or you can continue it at the back till wherever you wish. Like, it's up to you how you want to do it. Now the thing is, you need to stitch it along these edges. This is the folded side, this is the folded side, this is the raw edge. You can stitch it, and now this portions again needs to be covered up like this. So you need to stitch it upon it. You need to stitch in such a way so that after stitching, when you turn the fabric up here, so the bottom stitches should not show. That is the most important factor. So remember that you are stitching it here in such a manner, in such an overlapping manner, so that the bottom strap stitch doesn't show. So right now I'm not stitching it for you. I'm just telling you that you need to stitch it like that. So be careful that you are not shifting it here. If you are shifting it too far, then if you are lifting it up, you can see the bottom raw edge. But you need to pull it close to it so that it doesn't show the raw edge even if you turn it upward. This is how you need to stitch it. So let me go ahead with the designing. I have put the fold on the downward side, that is the right side. You can also put it upward, that is if this had to be this way. Okay, you can put it that way so that the upward folded side is visible. So it's up to your stylization how you want to show. Now see, intentionally I did not want to make it like mirror image symmetry. So one, I kept the curvature on the right side, other one I started from the left shoulder and went down on the right side of the hip. So what I'm doing, I'm exactly not making it symmetrical. You have to always challenge yourself, because most of the time what happens in draping, the flexibility that we are getting on a dress form, on the body form, is much beyond only sketching ideation or much beyond any particular flat pattern diagram development. Here we are actually looking at the body, looking at the subject, looking at the elements of our design, that is this strap, this fabric, this body, the thinking, the concept, and then we're trying to modify everything together so that the design that results doesn't look like typically which has already been done. So every time you are putting across a challenge, and that challenge is actually going to give you an edge over the other design. So hang on to this. Let me go ahead with a few things. For example, if I want, I can again go ahead from here, from the armhole, I may start joining, maybe like that, which is going upward, or maybe it can go downward. Maybe it can go downward because usually what happens, if I want to make it off shoulder, then for the off shoulder design pattern, I need to put raw edges at the top so that I can put a facing to invert and make the finishing of the top. So like this, maybe I'll be doing it. Let's see. So here right now you can see that there is a raw edge coming out. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe I have to cover the raw edges with something else. So right now let me do the draping and make the stylization in such a way so that it goes down. Maybe this is the portion, it is going down totally. So maybe this is the center portion which is going down, and maybe I'll add up some other thing which can lead to some other design. So like that, you need to challenge and keep working till you actually desire to get a proper draping. So I'm not going to talk now too much. I'll be just showing you how this design can be done. So hang on with me. So now see, after making so much effort, after cutting out so many strips, okay, still it is unfinished because I really have to cut off more strips. This is for a demonstration that is required so that I can inspire you guys, so that you can think about cutting it out, this so many pieces of strips, and start applying if you consider making this garment totally finished. So this is a tutorial particularly where I'm not going to complete the garment, I'm not going to finish the garment, because this garment is for only tutorial purpose for all those students who wants to learn the different kinds of draping. So this is unfinished and you need to cover the entire area, and then you need to stitch it with the help of needle and thread first, because the edges needs to be stitched with the help of hand needle. Then you have to take it out of the body. You have to remove the side seams and take it out of the body form and go to the machine and stitch it along the inside portion of the seam. The entire body is fixed over the darts. So you need to cover all this portion with more strips, and you can also connect the back portion, which I have not done. So you can continue at the back all these strips that you desire to continue if you want to make it wholesome, and only after that entire thing is done, you can slit this portion, you can open this portion and put a zip for a body fitting. So if you want to have a different kind of neckline, so just cut off this area, this body neck. Say for example, let me cut it off for you. So you can see I have already removed this part of the fabric. This looks like a wall of shoulder dress, and here the strips needs to be done, or maybe I can put a lot of embroideries or some textured fabric or certain other combination of fabric, and that can complete the entire look. So I hope this logic of draping is understood to you, though I'll be coming up with new techniques of draping furthermore in some other videos. Okay, till then, thank you for watching.